Ladies and gentlemen. All right, so I got a little bit of a thing for you here. So I'm pulling apart this Husqvarna Weed Whacker, just working on the business here. And the customer stated that the issue was that when it was idling, which it seemed like it had a bog, well, it was idling, the power head spun still, or rather the powered end spun. So your trimmer end spun. I'm like, okay. So fired up, adjusted the carb a little bit on these. You've got these little special tools here. You adjust the carb with those tools in those two little holes right there. Basically, you set each one to a 1 1/4 turn out from fully seated. And then you make minor adjustments there. And then that screw right there is your ultimate idle speed adjustment. So I adjusted it, running perfect. Head is still spinning. I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I make a couple more adjustments on it. I'm trying to get it fine-tuned, run the idle all the way down to where it barely idles, and the thing's like kicking. And the whole head is jumping back and forth to where it's barely running. Head is still spinning. Like, all right, well, this thing's running mint now, and the head is still spinning. So I adjust the idle back up to where it should be, and we got some issues to do. So how do we figure out what's wrong with it? I'm like, well, there must be something going on with the connection between the head and the engine. So obviously the engine was on it. I did the old acrobat trick, and I held the head. Well, I used my other arm to pull the thing, and it won't pull over. So the head is spinning with the same RPM as the motor. I'm like, okay, well, there must be an issue with something connecting the motor to the shaft. So this basically goes on the front side of the motor like this, right? And then the whole thing goes into the shaft. So in order to take it apart, you pull the backside screws off the backside of that, and then you pull the motor off, and this sits in there, and then you pull this off from the shaft. Pretty simple. When I did that, this spring fell out of the inside of the clutch basket. It was just sitting in there. I'm like, okay. And then this piece, let's see, I should have had this set up first. This piece was sitting there where it should have been. And then this piece also fell out. I'm like, well, that's not how it should be, right? Like, those shouldn't just fall out of there. So I do a little bit of thinking, and I look at the head of that spring, which is right here, and I notice there it's got a nice little loop, and then there has got no little loop. And you can see, if it focuses, that end is broken. I'm like, okay, well, that's not supposed to be that way. So a quick little search, little parts diagram, and this spring is supposed to be in a circle. So it's supposed to be like this, inside of these two dogs. And that's how it works. So it's obvious what it does, right? So this is here. This is here. This is centrifugal clutch. So when it's at idle and not spinning very fast, that spring, which goes around this whole thing on the interior in here, that spring holds these two pieces together. Then, when you give it a little bit of gas, those two pieces engage on this exterior housing. So when you give it gas, the rotational force of the motor overcomes the tension of the spring using centrifugal force, and it pushes these dogs outward like that, right? And that's what engages their power head. But if that spring is broken, which it was, there is no force required to push these out and engage the power head. So as a result, basically, because that spring was broken, at idle, no matter how low you idled it, these things were still being pushed out, still engaging the power head, which meant no matter how low your idle was, that was spinning. Problem solved. Like, comment, and subscribe.